I don't think people understand the magnitude of Romania's achievement in becoming debt-free. Nicolae Ceausescu took control of Romania in 1965. He inherited a nation scarred by World War II. Romania, like many other countries, faced the daunting task of rebuilding. But Ceausescu had a vision. He wanted to transform Romania from an agricultural society into an industrial powerhouse. Ceausescu believed in the power of industry. He saw it as the key to Romania's future prosperity and independence. To achieve this, he knew that Romania needed to stand on its own 2 feet. Relying on foreign loans, he believed, would only hinder Romania's progress. Ceausescu's early years in power were marked by a push for industrialization. Factories sprung up across the country. The workforce shifted from fields to factories. Romania began to produce its own goods. This was a time of immense change. It laid the groundwork for Ceausescu's later economic policies, including his relentless focus on repaying Romania's debts. These early decisions, driven by a desire for economic independence, set the stage for one of the most remarkable chapters in Romania's financial history. Ceausescu's ambition was to create a Romania free from the influence of foreign powers. He believed that economic independence was crucial for true sovereignty. This belief underpinned his entire approach to governance. It was a principle that would guide him through the challenging years to come. It was this very conviction that would ultimately lead to his bold decision to pursue aggressive debt repayment. A decision that would make Romania the only country to successfully eliminate its foreign debt, leaving a profound and lasting impact on its economic and social fabric. By the 1970s, Romania, like many developing nations, found itself burdened by substantial external debt. The oil crisis of 1973 sent shockwaves through the global economy. The cost of energy soared. This had a particularly harsh impact on countries like Romania, which were heavily reliant on imported oil. The need to finance industrial development further added to Romania's debt burden. The weight of this debt was significant. It began to cast a long shadow over Romania's economic future. Interest payments consumed a growing portion of the national budget. This limited the government's ability to invest in crucial areas like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. This precarious situation was not unique to Romania. Many countries faced similar challenges during this turbulent period. However, Ceausescu, driven by his vision of a truly independent Romania, refused to accept this as the status quo. He saw the growing debt as a threat, a form of economic enslavement that hindered his country's progress. This realization would set in motion a series of policies that would come to define his legacy. In the face of mounting debt, Ceausescu made a bold and unexpected decision. He would lead Romania on a path to complete debt repayment. This decision, made in the late 1970s, was met with skepticism from many quarters, including international financial institutions. They doubted Romania's ability to extricate itself from such significant debt. Ceausescu, however, was undeterred. He saw debt not just as an economic burden, but as a political one. He believed that true independence required financial freedom. This conviction fueled his determination. He rallied the Romanian people, calling upon them to make sacrifices for the greater good of the nation. He argued that a debt-free Romania would be a stronger Romania, one that could chart its own course on the world stage. This message, imbued with a sense of national pride and urgency, resonated with many Romanians. They too yearned for a future where their country could stand tall and independent. To achieve his ambitious goal of debt freedom, Ceausescu implemented a series of austerity measures. These measures were designed to curtail imports, boost exports, and increase economic efficiency. The government introduced strict rationing of food, fuel, and consumer goods. This move aimed to reduce dependence on foreign imports and encourage domestic production. Although these measures were intended to bolster the Romanian economy, they came at a significant cost to the Romanian people. The rationing of basic necessities led to shortages and long queues. The availability of consumer goods dwindled. This period was undoubtedly a difficult one for many Romanians. They had to contend with the daily realities of economic hardship. However, Ceausescu's government maintained that these sacrifices were essential. They argued that the short-term hardships would pave the way for long-term prosperity and, crucially, for true national sovereignty. The government's propaganda machine worked tirelessly to reinforce this narrative, emphasizing the patriotic duty of every citizen to contribute to the national goal of debt freedom.